Imagine if a single handshake behind closed doors could reshape the future of energy forever. Whispers are circulating that Elon Musk, the visionary who transformed electric vehicles, may have secretly offered $100,000 to Maxwell Chikumbutso, the African innovator behind revolutionary self-powered technology. But is this deal real? Or is it part of a larger hidden narrative, one that global powers want buried? The spark of rumors. The buzz started in shadowy corners of the internet, niche tech forums and encrypted chat rooms. Leaked screenshots of supposed emails hinted that Tesla's leadership had contacted Chikumbutso, offering a $100,000 consultation fee. Though unverified, these documents set the online world ablaze. Was Musk trying to quietly license Maxwell's groundbreaking tech, or was this a move to silence a rising rival before his invention could spread? Why Maxwell matters. Maxwell Chikumbutso isn't your average inventor. He left engineers speechless with a self-powered electric car that runs indefinitely without ever needing a charge. His creation threatens trillion-dollar industries, from oil to global automotive giants. And that's precisely why some believe Musk couldn't afford to ignore him. The mysterious meeting. Unverified reports claim that in late 2024, Maxwell was summoned to a secretive meeting in California. Insiders suggest the talks weren't about collaboration but control. Allegedly, a Tesla-affiliated figure hinted, "The world isn't ready for your invention. Let us manage it." Soon after, the $100,000 figure surfaced, not as a price for the tech itself, but as a symbolic gesture to buy Maxwell's silence. Musk's hidden motives. Why would Elon Musk risk being linked to such a rumor? Experts point to three possibilities. Protection. Tesla wanted to study Maxwell's tech in secret before competitors could. Prevention. Musk feared Maxwell's innovation could render Tesla's charging networks obsolete overnight. Partnership. Perhaps the offer was sincere, a step toward bringing Maxwell into Tesla's fold. But there's a darker theory. The deal wasn't meant to help Maxwell but to bury his invention in corporate secrecy. The silence. What's most striking isn't the rumor, it's Maxwell's silence. Despite global media pressure, he hasn't confirmed or denied the story. Instead, he issued a cryptic statement: "The truth always surfaces, but not always when people expect." This single line has only fueled more speculation. Did Maxwell accept the deal, or is he gearing up for something bigger? The leak that changed everything. Weeks after Maxwell's vague remark, a bombshell dropped. Leaked audio recordings surfaced online, allegedly capturing Tesla engineers and an unnamed intermediary tied to Chikumbutso's circle. In one clip, a voice warned, "If we don't neutralize this, the supercharger network becomes worthless overnight." The recording spread like wildfire, raising questions. Was Tesla truly worried about its infrastructure, or were rivals planting fake evidence to tarnish Musk's reputation? Africa in the spotlight. Meanwhile, in Harare, Zimbabwe, Maxwell was spotted meeting discreetly with delegations from 3 African nations. Cameras caught him entering a high-security conference hall, flanked by ministers and tech advisors. Rumors swirled that Africa was pooling resources to back Maxwell's technology, not just as a product but as a continent-wide strategy to challenge Western corporations. The question shifted. Was the $100,000 rumor a distraction from a much larger power play? Wall Street's reaction. Back in the U.S., whispers of the alleged deal rattled investors. Tesla's stock dipped slightly, but analysts weren't concerned about the money, they feared the idea. If Maxwell's self-powered EV was real, it could dismantle the EV charging industry, the lithium supply chain, and even Tesla's long-term plans. Billions in future revenue were at stake. Wall Street began quietly bracing for what some called the Maxwell effect. Musk's public move. At a Tesla event weeks later, Musk finally addressed the noise, not directly, but in his signature cryptic style. Smirking on stage, he said, "I hear a lot of stories, but physics doesn't lie. We'll show you what's real soon." The crowd erupted, but analysts dissected every word. Was Musk dismissing Maxwell, or hinting at a Tesla breakthrough to rival or surpass Africa's self-powered tech? The silent war. Behind the scenes, a quiet battle was brewing. Africa was exploring ways to make Maxwell's tech a global bargaining chip. Tesla was racing to unveil something before Maxwell went public. Oil giants, terrified of a future where energy independence kills their market, watched nervously. China, meanwhile, stayed silent, waiting for the perfect moment to act with its own version. The world wasn't just waiting for confirmation of the $100,000 deal, it was watching to see who would control the future of energy. China makes its move. While U.S. media fixated on Musk's cryptic remarks, Beijing broke its silence. Reports emerged that a Chinese delegation had secretly visited Harare weeks earlier, offering Maxwell not $100,000 but $1 billion in R&D support, plus exclusive access to Chinese factories. This wasn't just about cars, it was about energy dominance. Picture a China-backed self-powered EV industry, free from cobalt, lithium, or US-controlled semiconductor patents, a direct challenge to Tesla's global reign. Suddenly, Musk wasn't Maxwell's only shadow partner. A superpower rival had entered the fray. Africa's hidden strategy. But Africa wasn't naive. Leaked government documents revealed Maxwell's meetings with African leaders had a clear goal: African innovation must stay African. The plan? Form a Pan-African consortium to control licensing of Maxwell's self-powered EV tech. No single nation, no foreign power, just a united front. If true, this could reshape global trade. Africa, long exploited for raw materials, could finally take a seat at the table as a tech leader. Tesla's counterstrike. In Palo Alto, Tesla insiders whispered about a secret project, Project Helios. Its mission? Develop a self-recharging battery system before Maxwell's tech went mainstream. Engineers worked tirelessly, with sources claiming Musk approved an unlimited budget. The message was clear: if Maxwell threatened Tesla's empire, Musk would fight back with fire. The leak that terrified oil giants. Then came a leak that rocked the oil industry. A confidential Saudi Aramco memo surfaced online, warning that if Maxwell's EV scaled, global oil demand could collapse by 2035. The memo urged emergency investments in propaganda, lobbying, and even funding rival innovators to delay Maxwell's rollout. For the first time, the oil empire admitted it: Maxwell's invention wasn't just disruptive, it was existential. Maxwell's silence. Yet amid the chaos, Maxwell remained eerily silent. No press conferences, no denials, no endorsements. But satellite images revealed something curious: construction of a massive secretive facility on the outskirts of Harare, guarded around the clock. Speculation ran rampant. Was this Maxwell's first production plant, backed by hidden investors? Or something even bigger, a research hub for tech far beyond EVs? The shadow meeting. Whispers spread in Silicon Valley. Elon Musk had quietly boarded his private jet for an unannounced trip to Africa. No public events, no press, no posts on X. Satellite trackers spotted a Gulfstream landing in Harare at 3:47 a.m. Security convoys sped through the night, heading toward Maxwell's rumored facility. Analysts saw no coincidence. Was this the first face-to-face between Musk and Maxwell? China's silent surveillance. But China wasn't blind. Intelligence reports suggested a Chinese surveillance drone was spotted circling the facility that night. The implications were chilling. The world's two largest economies were now playing spy games in Africa, all for one man's invention. For Beijing, losing Maxwell to Musk wasn't just a setback, it was a blow to global energy leadership. The document leak. Days later, a mysterious document leaked online, allegedly from an African intelligence agency. It outlined a memorandum of understanding between Tesla and Maxwell Innovations. The deal? Tesla would gain limited rights to use the self-powered EV tech in North America, while Maxwell's consortium would leverage Tesla's global distribution network to scale production. The leak shook markets. If true, this wasn't competition, it was collaboration at the highest level. Africa's bold response. Then came a bombshell. At a historic summit, African Union leaders unveiled the Green Sovereignty Pact, declaring Maxwell's invention will remain under African control. Any foreign deals, whether with Tesla, China, or oil giants, must pass through a continental council. Africa would no longer merely supply the world, it would lead it. The announcement electrified the global stage, flipping the script for the first time in modern history. The turning point. In a dimly lit hall in Harare, the air was thick with tension. Elon Musk, Maxwell Chikumbutso, and African Union leaders sat around a polished mahogany table. No cameras, no media, just the weight of history. Musk leaned forward, his voice calm but firm. Maxwell, the world isn't ready for this disruption. Oil, China, even governments will fight you. But together, Tesla can scale this globally, faster than anyone. Maxwell didn't waver. "History isn't made by those who wait for permission," he replied softly. "Africa will lead this transition, not sell it away." The African leaders nodded. The Green Sovereignty Pact wasn't a bargaining chip, it was a declaration of independence. The sabotage attempt. As talks continued, alarms blared across the compound. Security forces swarmed the perimeter. A covert strike team, later linked to oil-backed operatives, had tried to breach the facility. Gunfire echoed, but they were too late. The prototypes had been moved to secure underground labs, protected by the Pact's coalition. The sabotage failed, but it proved one thing: Maxwell's tech was a threat to the old order. The global shockwave. Within weeks, headlines erupted worldwide. Africa declares energy independence. Tesla and Maxwell forge historic alliance. Oil markets in freefall as self-powered EVs go public. Energy stocks crashed. Governments scrambled. For ordinary people, the promise was revolutionary: a car that never needed charging, never needed gas, and never emitted pollution. The legacy. Elon Musk returned to the US, praised by some, criticized by others, but quietly relieved. For once, he wasn't the sole disruptor. He had met his match. Maxwell Chikumbutso, once dismissed as a dreamer, now stood as a beacon of Africa's technological renaissance. His invention didn't just change cars, it reshaped geopolitics, economics, and the global balance of power. As the first self-powered EVs hit streets in America, Africa, and beyond, one truth rang clear: the future of energy had arrived, and it was African-led.